see. Good. All right, shalom, shalom. First thing we want to do is give all praise and honor and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rekakwadash.
belongs to the apostle and elders, a great millstone. And citation, brothers, pushing this word with truth, sincerity, with charity. All right, now we come to you with the real name, Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai, Yahweh, being the name of the Father, who you ignorantly call God, and Yahweh Shai, who you ignorantly call Jesus. All right, Ba'ashem, meaning in the name, you know. So we coming to you to this week just to show you that, hey, look, we coming back to our nationality. We coming back to know who we are as Israelites. We were scattered, but now that curse of being scattered, all right, the Lord is joining us back into Him, and obeying His voice, all right, which not only is the prophet, but actually is listening to the word of Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai and actually been practiced in it. All right, not like you pagans, aka church folks. All right, we actually practicing and rehearsing the righteous acts. You know, you guys are full of fuckery. You know, and even some of you niggas who call yourself Israelites. All right, because you niggas is pegging off. All right, you know, and I'm gonna say it like that. But go ahead.
This is Deuteronomy 30:1. And it shall come to pass when all these things are come upon thee, the blessing and the curse which I have set before thee, and shall call them to mind among all the nations, whither the Lord thy power hath driven thee.
Right, so when the curses come upon us, was the real, and all the curses really hit us when we came over here and through the triangular slave trade. All right, when, you know, the Northern Kingdom went into slavery first, started to forget who they was, and subsequently the Southern Kingdom right afterwards. And we forgot who he was, like the scriptures talk about, get the great falling away, you know, because we had to fall, we fell away, you know, we fell away, you know, yeah.
So like the only falling away I've seen is when it talks about the son of perdition.
Read. It said a great falling away. That's the same scripture.
The second Thessalonians 2:3, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first.
And that falling away was us falling away from our heritage as a whole. All right, who we was as a nation. And that happened during the triangular slave trade. Go ahead.
This is Jeremiah 17:4.
Oh, that's what he had.
And thou even thyself shalt discontinue from thine heritage.
Right, so Jeremiah was the scripture say he was going to forget who he was. All right? And proving that wasn't talking about now, because that wasn't talking about then, because after the Lord told Jeremiah they went into captivity under the Babylonians, but he still understood he was an Israelite. He didn't lose that. He didn't lose that information that he was an Israelite. That was talking about the triangular slave trade when we went into captivity as a whole, as a nation, when they got beat out of us. All right. When we got the what's your name, boy? Toby. Kuta Kente. Toby. What's your name, boy? Kuta Kente. Toby. With about a third or fourth whip, that nigga was saying, what's your name? Toby. That was them whipping our names out of us and giving us heathen names. Right? They was whipping our heritage out of us. And that was Esau's whole plan. All right? To make us forget, because they had to make us forget. All right? Keep going.
That I will give thee, let me just start over.
Because the longer we stay away from the Lord is the longer they'll stay in rulership. Go ahead.
It's Jeremiah 17:4. And thou even thyself shalt discontinue from the heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thy enemies in a land which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in mine anger which shall burn forever.
Right, so the land that we didn't know was here over here, and not only didn't know Babylon, but he heard of it. But the land that nobody knew about was over here. Just like the northern kingdom was over here for so long, they was established over here. Cities, towns, and everything. Alright? And so you gotta think the whole time when we was ruling in the dark ages, the northern kingdom was over here established. Alright? They was over here established. Is that it's trying to come back in? You know what I'm saying? Over here established. You know? So for 1,000 years, Jake was left alone, man. You know? But then they didn't know nothing about the eastern part of the world at that time. They didn't forgot about that by then. Alright? And just like that, they didn't know their land. They went to King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella. And just like Jake from Spain, that's when you do the research, all right, the what's it called, the Ivory Coast, all right, the Ivory Coast is where they got the first, all right, Southern Kingdom slaves, you know, and then went to the western coast of Africa, all right, after they conquered us on the Ivory Coast, you know. It wasn't oh, we came from Africa first. They linked up with Ham, they linked up with Ishmael, and they basically pointed us out. And our own people. The wicked of our people was selling us out too. You know?
Still got that Deuteronomy.
Go ahead, go back to it.
You need to read verse 1 over?
No, just keep going.
Alright, this is verse 2.
Deuteronomy, call it out.
So this is Deuteronomy 30 and verse 2. And shalt return unto the Lord thy power, and shalt obey his voice according to all that I commanded thee this day, thou and thy children with all thine heart and with all thy soul.
Right, so the Lord said we was going to return to him and listen to his voice. Who's the voice? The prophets. So our people are returning to serve Yahweh Shema Shai 1%. All right? All right, which is coming back to this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, man. You know, not only are brothers serving the Lord, brothers' families are serving the Lord as well. All right, their children, their sons, their daughters. For the most part, Jake that ain't weak on their daughters. All right, I'm gonna say it again. Just because you got kids, all right, and it's truth, don't mean they ain't niggas. And they can't get destroyed, man. Because, hey, look, I got one that don't fuck with me. You know what? I don't fuck with her neither. And it is what it is. The scriptures say, glory not in the multitude of unprofitable children. All right? It also talk about don't be happy that they multiply neither. Because they don't be fucking multiplying. You ain't doing nothing but bring more demonic deities into the world. You ain't bringing no children that's going to be righteous. You know? Or your kid wants you to call them all the time. Man, fuck them kids. I'm your father. I'll call you when you start calling me. You know? People are too weak on their fucking children, man. Hey, before my son, the Lord opened his understanding. I told him the Lord gonna kill him. Am I lying? How often did I tell you?
Like every phone call.
Right. Every phone call. And then I showed him in the scriptures. You know? Every time. Well, ain't no letting up, man. You know? If they don't want to listen, look, the blood off your hands, man. As for me and my house, go. We gonna serve the Lord. All right, keep going.
All right, this is verse 3.
And this is everywhere Jake is scattered. This just not in the Americas, because you got to think, it's Jake in China. It's Jake that look like Chinese. This whole culture in China was, you know, them gooks, they curling their hair up to get froze. And me personally, I think that's Jake. I think that's the kingdom, the Israelites that's doing that to their hair. You know, because a heathen ain't got drip like that to do shit like that, man. Heathens don't get sauce like that. Alright? They got sauce, don't get me wrong. They got certain things, but look, bro, to want to look like a nigga, you know, that's a whole spiritual thing, man. You got Jake and you got Israelites that look like Japanese in Japan. They got soul Japanese music, and really, they ain't nothing but light skinned nigga women. Cause a lot of Southern Kingdom and Northern Kingdom went fought in Vietnam. Right, was based in China, certain parts over there. And you think Jake was worried about a condom over there with them pretty ass yellow women? Or them pretty ass smooth skin been in that motherfucking hot summer heat, just warm all the time, they skin just soft and smooth. You think you pulling out it? I wouldn't. God damn it, this is gonna be birth of a nation over there with me, god damn it. They gonna go, I would go crazy. So I could just understand a regular Jake. A nigga. You know, I remember the elder not denying before he went to the spirit world, man. He used to say, you know, how them women loved the Israelites, the northern and the southern kingdom, and they would tell him, you know, because he was in Vietnam. He said, look, and they would tell him, look, y'all need to. This is not your war. Go home. We don't got a problem with you. You know, they know who we are. All right. You know. But Jake dropped a lot of seed over there. You got something, Masha?
Yes. This is Baruch chapter 2. I'm sorry, verse 4. Moreover, he had delivered them to be in subjugation to all the kingdoms that are round about us, to be as a reproach and desolation among all the people round about, where the Lord has scattered them. Thus were we cast down and not exalted, because we have sinned against the Lord our power, and have not been obedient to his voice. So, you know, as the elder brother was talking about, you know, we are scattered amongst all the nations, all right? You know, whether it be in Japan, China, Russia, you know, we are all over the world, man. And that stems from the transatlantic slave trade, all right?
And not only that, we've been getting scattered since Judges. We've been among these nations for a very long time. Alright? You know, the scriptures say Israel is the form of all things. I wouldn't be surprised. You know, a lot of them smart ass kids in China is a bunch of Israelites that look like fucking Chinese motherfuckers. Remember, Jake didn't just come. Most of our people went west towards Africa, but some of our people went into the rest of the East Asia. Alright? A lot of those monks, where do you think they learned that shit from? Meditating and everything. You know? Well, they tweaking about, you know, telling them to drink hops, to, you know, take away their sexual drive. But a lot of the samurais, the first samurai was a Jake. You gotta have rhythm to be a samurai.
It's on YouTube.
You know? And the first samurai, it's a movie about it, you know? They show you it started in Japan, but really it was Jake that was doing that shit, man. You read Judges, read the book of Maccabees. How so many few men will go against thousands of soldiers. What do you think they would have to be doing to kill that many men? All right? What do you think they would be doing? Just picture to kill 1,000 people. All right. One of King David's mighty men would kill 300, 200, I forgot what it was, 30 men, something like that, I can't remember. He'll kill a bunch of motherfuckers with one swing of his bow. So in one stride of fighting motherfucker, he'll kill a lot of men. Alright?
Like Dynasty Warriors.
Like
One
Dynasty
person
Warriors.
take down, hold up, arms,
Right,
stuff
but
like that.
but some people, like, you know, the Israelites are gifted like that. When Yahweh Shema Shai is dealing with a, what's the scripture? How shall one chase 1,000 and two put 10,000 to flight? Do you understand that? That was really a thing. One point in time, but the Lord took that from us. You know, you get it, Marshall?
Yeah, I got it.
Kinda,
This is Deuteronomy 32 and 30. How should one chase 1,000 and two put 10,000 to flight, except the rock had sold them?
right. Except our rock, which is Yahweh Shema Shai, has sold us. Alright? But it's gonna come a time where that's gonna come back again. With your silly guns and your bullets, alright, it's gonna have none effect on us. Cause we coming back to our power. And as much as Esau either wanna make it seem like it's UFOs, no, player. Alright? And if anything crashing, it's his shit. You seeing his shit crash. Alright? His technology that he fucking with. You know? You ain't seeing the chariots of the Lord crashing. They don't crash, dog. They got the spirit in them. They don't crash. Lose control. Woo. You know what I'm saying? Everything the Lord created has life. When you read Ezekiel, it'll say the spirit was in his wings. You know? So, you know, me speaking as a man, me personally, when you get in the chariot, I think it's damn near like the movies, you know, that super when you like Avatar, they put their fucking hair in the damn ship. I mean in the horse, and they a part of the horse.
Oh yeah.
Think you damn near getting the ship. That ship is like a part of you. You know, y'all link, y'all sync, in sync, and that's how they're able to turn like that. You know, you look on the show, on the TV, when they show you, you know, you go on YouTube, you see some of them, they'll be flying and then they'll just go the other way. Ain't no turn in the, no, that motherfucker just whoop, whoop. You know?
I got a precept about,
Who was that? Lonnie?
I think so.
Oh, yeah.
This is Ezekiel 1 and 4. And I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north, a great cloud, and the fire enfolding itself. And a brightness was about it, and out of the midst thereof, as the color of amber, out of the midst of the fire.
Right, so it was like red. You know? So the fire enfolding itself is basically like spinning. You know? Keep going.
Verse 5. Also out of the midst thereof came the likeness of 4 living creatures, and this was their appearance. They had the likeness of a man, and every one had 4 faces, and every one had 4 wings. And their feet were straight feet, and the sole of their feet was like the sole of a calf's foot, and they sparkled like the color of burnished brass. And they had the hands of a man under their wings on their 4 sides, and they 4 had their faces and their wings.
Right, but this is representing the chariot of the Lord, man. But it was an angel that he seen.
Yeah.
It was a literal angel he seen, but it was representing the angel of the Lord, man. Keep going.
Verse 9, their wings were joined one to another. They turned not when they went every one straight forward.
Right, so when they turn, they just ain't no turning. It just they whoop 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 whoop. It don't have to pitch and drift and all that shit. Keep going.
Verse 10.
And people they try to draw things, and it's like that circle that way and circle that way, and it's spitting on, nigga. It's talking about a ship. Because it say it had 4 faces. That's 4 sides. You know? Keep going. And then the scriptures, you got different type of chariots. Like the scriptures say a flying roll. You know, that's like the peel. It looked like a tic tac. And there's plenty of on YouTube, you got people that chariot watchers. and they didn't zoomed in on them, and you could see this cylindrical looking thing with all these designs on it. You know, keep going.
Verse 10. As for the likeness of their faces, they four had the face of a man, and the face of a lion on the right side, and they four had the face of an ox on the left side. They four also had the face of an eagle. Thus were their faces, and their wings were stretched upward. 2 wings of every one were joined one to another, and 2 covered their bodies. And they went everyone straight forward, whither the Spirit was to go. They went, and they turned not when they went.
Right, so whatever they wanted, whatever way they wanted to turn, that's the way they. So he's telling you how it moves. He telling you how it moves. Keep going.
Verse 13. As for the likeness of the living creatures, their appearance was like burning coals of fire, and like the appearance of lamps. It went up and down.
So it was lights. All right, he describing the lights on it. It's like the appearance of lamps. So that means it was lights. Keep going.
It went up and down among the living creatures, and the fire was bright, and out of the fire went forth lightning. And the living creatures ran and returned as the appearance of a flash of lightning.
That's how fast it is. You know, they show you that streak of light. You know, when they take off, they just gone. You see that streak of light through the sky. That's how fast they move. Alright? Ain't no fucking catching that. When Esau go to Mach 3, you seen videos of their face getting pushed back.
Dang.
They can barely take the G-force from the fucking straight line. Because really the G-force come from the turning. When they got to turn that fucking plane, you know what I'm saying? You going faster than the speed of sound. Alright? That's what the shot boom is the sound catching up to the damn plane. Alright? Because the plane gonna play as first. You don't even hear the plane. The plane go over you, and then you hear the sound that come after. The sound is following it. You know? We'll get where it say will within the will. I think it's a little bit more down. You know? So how Esau gonna stop this? A plane got a pitch. A chariot can just whoop, 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 dance around your ass. And you got videos of chariots dancing around, shooting beams and missiles, and the missile just topple over. Disable the missile. Yep. They flying around this missile. And then took off.
Yes, a little bit down. Verse 16.
Go ahead, just read 16, and we're going to get back to this.
Ezekiel 1:16. The appearance of the wheels and their work was like unto the color of beryl. And they four had one likeness, and their appearance and their work was as it were a wheel in the middle of a wheel. Right,
so a wheel in the middle of a wheel. And so when you see the ship, even when they show you on the where would they get the idea for a flying saucer? Where would they get that idea from? And me personally, I think those are like the little ships that just come out the big ships. It got a lot of power, but hey look, we finna go scout some shit out real quick. Let's jump in these real quick and go check out what the Lord wants us to check out. Alright? Because you gotta remember, the chariot that was over the Israelites wasn't one of them little ones. You know, it was a huge ship. You know? Hey, read us coming out of read about Mount Sinai. Hey, the Lord, he ain't want nobody to get close to his shit. He said, set guards about it. Don't let nobody touch it, or I'm going to kill them. Don't let nobody come near it. They going to die. Man or beast. You know? You know? And that show you the might of the Lord, man. You know? And the chariot say it was a fire by night and a shadow by day. Imagine how big that ship got to be to cover 700,000 of us came out of Israel. 700,000. All right? Imagine how big a ship got to be to cover a nation, a people of 700,000. To cover the whole people, the whole nation. And we was growing. It wasn't like we was, hey, look, niggas was fucking. You know what I'm saying? We was growing. I mean, we was growing as a nation. You know?
I got the account of it.
I mean, no, we're going to keep going. We're going to go big. But that's what's going to save us, man. The chariots of the Lord, man. You know? Keep going.
Deuteronomy.
Yeah, it's more time.
Yeah, this is Deuteronomy 30 and verse 3. That then the Lord, thy power, Lord, turn thy captivity and shall have compassion upon thee.
So right, so this slavery we're going through is ending. And that's why you see Jake waking up all around the world. You got brothers in Alaska. Hey, you got brothers in California. You got brothers in here in Chicago. You got brothers in Indiana, Texas. Really in every busing city, every major city. Alright, it is brothers. Alright. And just because they don't have great millstone on their name, hey look, it might be some brothers out there in the middle of nowhere teaching. You know, some brothers, you know, they like, look, man, we just gonna go out and do the work, man. We just gonna go out and preach. And they don't upload videos. Alright? Some people like that, man. Look, we gonna look, the Lord probably got some brothers that go in the forest and teach. You know, some brothers, you know, look, we gonna go in the wilderness, we gonna go in the woods. Alright? And we gonna teach in the woods. Alright? You don't know that it might be just one member of the elect where the Lord got them brothers in the woods that they might be hiking or some shit or walking through the woods or a shortcut. You know, or a nigga like to call a gangway. And there's some men back here teaching the scriptures. You ain't gonna inquire? Nigga, I would. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you walking through the woods and you see some brothers out here teaching. Hey, but the Lord is far out like that, man. Just like the scriptures talk about Elijah. He told Elijah, I got 7,000 prophets that ain't bowed their knee to Baal. It was Elijah or Elisha. Well, he thought all the prophets was dead. Well, like, nigga, I got 7,000 prophets that ain't bowed their knee to Baal. Stay on task. You know what I'm saying? Like, stay focused. You know? You the main character right now. You know? You know? You can't worry. Look, we got to worry about what we got to do. Hey, because the elect is waking up. Hey, look, we ain't got to go to Kenya getting chased off by no fucking niggas, man. You know? They could turn on the fucking YouTube and get it. If it's meant for them, they gonna get it. This ain't the time of acts, man. Well, in the sense of, well, we gotta go there. We ain't gotta go there. If the Lord want them to wake up, the Lord will fuck with the algorithm on their phone or whatever they watch it, and they'll run across a video. We don't have to do that shit, man. The scriptures say by the way of the unicorn. It goes into Psalms, what's they say? The lines that go forth. Her speech is heard day and night. Get that real quick. Which proves to you that not only was King David a king, he was also a prophet. You know? And that's mighty. Hey, for King David, like what Yahushua say, how will my Lord say to my Lord? You know? King David was calling Solomon Lord because he understood he knew who he was. And the only way he knew who he was because the Lord was dealing with King David and he was a prophet. You know? And that's the only way you're going to understand who Solomon was. Just like how the men of the Lord see it today. And y'all can't see it because y'all carnal. Alright? Carnal as fuck. You got it? Who got it?
What you say again? I was trying to wait till you was done talking.
Masha?
Yeah, I think I got it.
Go ahead.
Psalms 92.
lands that go forth. Go ahead.
And it shall come to pass.
I'm gonna just read it. Psalms 92 and 9. For lo, thy enemies, O Lord.
No.
Nah.
Unicorn. In Psalms.
You said it's in Psalms?
You guys seen something about the unicorn, bro? The lions, the little dead like.
Yeah. Slovakia. Slovakia. I'm gonna get it. Give me a minute, brothers. Lions go forth.
Could I read this while you looking for it?
No. Speech heard. This is Psalms 19. Hold on. Yes, it's Psalms 19 and start at 1.
Psalms 19 and 1. To the chief musician, a psalm of David, the heavens declare the glory of Yahweh, and the firmament sheweth his handiwork.
Right, so you look up, you see the. It's simple. Keep going. You look at the stars and look, man. If you think evolution exists and that Darwinism shit, you're retarded. Capital R. Or let me rephrase that. You're mentally disabled. If you think this shit just came to be, just poof, we're here. Poof, humans, Israelites. Poof, animals with programming. Trees with programming. All this shit is programmed. You got certain motherfucking asteroids that go that circle us or circle the sun, whatever the fuck it circle, the circle of Earth. Alright, and they come back, every so often. They go their way, go through whatever, and fly past what they fly past. And at the same time, every 7 years or every 5 years, every 4 years, whatever, that motherfucking streak, they say it's a comet. I don't know what the fuck it is. I don't believe Esau say. An asteroid, whatever, it fly back every time. Nigga, that's programming, nigga. The fuck are you talking this program to do that? You know what I'm saying? That's like you make the collage, motherfuckers got the whole universe collage and you spin it and everything spin in this certain course and this, it ain't gonna do nothing but what you made it to do. Nothing does nothing besides what you made it to do. That's like people talking about AI. No, that shit is made to do what it's gonna do. A motherfucker, a dummy to create something that can think and be able to destroy them. Why would you create something that has the remote possibility to destroy you? Artificial intelligence is not intelligence. It's still an inanimate object that's created to do what the fuck they program it to do. That's like us. We program to do what we program to do. We just got the spirit of the Lord in us. That's what makes us an animate object. Because we got the spirit of the Lord in us. The animals got the spirit of the Lord in them. Alright? Keep going.
Verse 3. There is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard. Your line is gone out through all the earth, and your words to the end of the world.
Right, they line. What you say when you get on your computer? You say I'm what? I'm going online.
Yeah.
You online? When you playing the game, you online today? You jumping online today? King David Ben told you because the Lord showed him. And ain't no tongue that you can't hear this word. You got brothers that speak German. You got brothers that speak it's brothers that sign language the truth now. Alright? You got brothers that goddamn it in Australia. You got brothers all around the world, man. I think it's brothers somewhere in what's that, the Philippines or something like that. Alright? It's brothers everywhere, man. So you can't sit here and say that you ain't get this knowledge. Alright? You gonna hear it everywhere. We don't need to go there. The heavy lifting is coming from the internet, man. From online. We don't need to go. Look, me personally, I don't like planes. I never did. I'm not gonna get on no plane and go nowhere. Fuck that. I'll drive. And if I can't drive there, oh well, I'm not going. I'm not going. For one, I don't trust Esau enough. You know what I'm saying? I don't trust the pilot enough. You know, hey, look, you in them planes, boy, it's over with. I'd rather die by getting hit, swiped, and not see it coming than goddamn it, you falling 2,000 feet to your death. You know you finna die. It's over with unless the Lord do a divine intervention. It's over with. And that's me. I don't like planes. I've always thought like that, even back in the day. No, I don't do it. I did it once, and I will never, ever do it again. Keep going. Is there more to that?
Yeah. I'm gonna just reread verse 4. Psalms 19 and 4. Their line is gone out through all the earth, and their words to the end of the world. And them hath he set a tabernacle for the sun, which is as a bridegroom coming out of his chamber, and rejoiceth as a strong man to run a race. His going forth is from the end of the heaven, and his circuit unto the ends of it, and there is nothing hid from the heat thereof.
All right, so ain't nothing. You can get this knowledge any time of the day. All right, the speech don't cut off. All right, it's always on. All right, once the information is in the ether, which is a real place, which is in the heavens. Once it's up there, they can how it go from satellite to satellite, or I don't even think it's satellites. I think it's the land towers. It got to go up and it connects to each tower. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it's on. But if it ain't on, but as long as it's on, you can go get online and you can get this knowledge, man. And this is how people are waking up. This is how Deuteronomy 30 is coming to pass. Not because, huh?
I just looked on YouTube, and you can also put the captions in different languages. I didn't even know that.
Shit, right. So even in YouTube, you can change. You can change. Shit, I didn't know that. You can change the language that somebody talking in the captions.
Video.
Right. You could change it to Arabic, Chinese, Dutch, French, German, Hindi. So if you watching a video in English, you can change the subtitles to your language. So the Esau shooting himself in the foot. This is why the internet got to be shut down. All right, this is why the internet is gonna be shut down, man. All right, but it's gonna be too late by then. The elect is gonna get this knowledge, and then it's on and popping by then. You know? Is it more than 30? That Deuteronomy?
Yeah. This is Deuteronomy 30 and verse 3. Read it over. That then the Lord thy power will return thy captivity, and have compassion unto thee, and I will return and gather thee from all nations, whether the Lord thy power have scattered thee. That's it.
And keep reading.
And if any of thine be driven out unto the outmost parts of heaven, from thence I will the Lord thy power gather thee, from thence will he fetch thee.
Keep going.
And the Lord thy power will bring thee into a land which thy fathers compassed shall compass it.
Right, so we gonna go back to our homeland where our fathers was, which is Israel. He said, any place under the heaven. What did it say? Under the heaven? Any place.
Of heaven.
Right, so wherever you went, wherever you at, nigga, I'm gonna come get you. I'm gonna come get you. Like, you ain't gonna get on no plane and come. Nigga, I'm gonna go get you. Let that sink in. You got a chariot that just pop up and you oh shit! Let's go! You know what I'm saying? If you want to know, you're gonna be turned up. Cause it's gonna happen like that. Scripture saying the twinkling of an eye. We gonna be changed.
Transformation.
You know what I'm saying? It said the mortal shall put on immortality. The corruptible shall put on incorruption, which is those new bodies being in sync in the spirit. All right, and the elect is gonna be like Yahweh Shai, man. Scripture say it not yet appear what we shall be. All right, he say, but we shall be as He is. So we gonna be different. We're going to be made different. Yahweh Shai already got his new body. All right? You know? At first, they thought the Lord was just a spirit. He had to tell them, like, nah, it's me. You know what I'm saying? Imagine the type of power you can make yourself look like anything if you wanted to. Or you get in somebody's head and make them think like you looks like something else.
Shape-shifting.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, he say that one to add to his stature, that's a small thing.
Oh, that's superpower.
That's superpower. I mean, angels do it.
Yeah.
And they call them shapeshifters. No, nigga, that's power.
I got to reset.
Go ahead.
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3.
Hey, that's power. When you watch these videos of these spirits climbing in corners and all that shit in people's bodies, that's power. And to be honest, sometimes I don't even think they in them. They might be standing next to them. Alright? Because this shit, hey, look. Spirits, they like their bodies. Why wouldn't you like your body? The scriptures say the celestial has a glory and the terrestrial has its glory. So the spirit body got its glory. Alright? Which that's the body of the angels. They don't have sex. They don't eat. Nigga, if I never got hungry, why would you eat? Why? I don't care about food. I don't need to eat, nigga. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to make you do some dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't care to eat. I don't care to have sex. Why would I have sex? I have no need for that. Their bodies don't even have that. They don't do it. Right? They don't have that desire. Imagine that. You ain't going to give a fuck. You ain't going to look at humans and look at them fucking. You ain't, oh, look, he tearing that up, ain't he? I want some of that. No, nigga, no. It's done. They don't even think like that. You know? That's power. Alright? You straight in spirit. Energy form. You know?
Michael the Archangel and stuff like that.
Yeah, these people bugged out all the fucking stupid ass theories they got out. But go ahead.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter
all
3.
the theology. You know what I'm saying? You know? Go ahead.
Wisdom of Solomon 3, I'm starting at 5. And having been a little chastised, they shall be greatly rewarded, for Yahweh proved them and found them worthy for himself. As gold in the furnace hath he tried them and received them as a burnt offering, and in the time of their visitation they shall shine and run to and fro like sparks among the stubble. They shall judge the nations and have dominion over the people, and the Lord shall reign forever.
All right, so we're going to run like the sparks through the stubble, and we're going to have dominion over everything.
Like the Flash when you see his feet moving real fast and stuff like that.
Sparks flying.
Like that, yeah.
So when we run, they doing what and where?
Flash flying.
You there in 2 seconds. And you got to imagine, when you're moving so fast, they really tell you that everything looks slow.
Dang. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you moving so and you got the ability to move this fast and you get to moving that fast, you really like looking at everybody move slow as hell. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That's it.
Go ahead. And that's part of those new bodies, man. You know? When the Lord is dealing with us 100%, the whole 100% of the way, it ain't 80%, it ain't 50%, it ain't 70%. When the whole nation is on point, we ain't gonna be able to die. Alright? We gonna show you what a God King priest is. To not be able to die. Alright? For one, just not being able to die alone, with that gift alone, what you couldn't figure out. You got plenty of time to do it. You know what I'm saying? Can't nothing impale you and kill you. You can't get shot. You can't cut your head off. Nigga show ain't strong enough to who the fuck gonna come against you? When you got the creator of life itself that it made you a 2.0 body that could never be destroyed. It don't break down, don't decay. You never get the cold feeling of going back in the spirit world. Getting cold and the body pains, you feel your heart slowing down and all that. No. The cheat code gonna be unlocked. You know, we gonna be like how Adam, how we supposed to be the first time, but with new bodies. You know, but go ahead.
This is Isaiah 40 and 31. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength.
So imagine, you know, like Pops, a beloved brother here in Chicago, which is a older man, and he feel like he 30 again, plus with all this power. Or he feel like he 25 again with all this power. You just get up, all the pains in your body just go away. You get your muscles back, your gains back, and you just charged. You know what I'm saying? That's like, you know, you Dragon Ball Z, nigga transform, he gets swollen, all type of shit. Hey, but when they go to Super Saiyan God, they look younger. They face look young. You know what I mean? That's what we gonna do. We going into God mode. We gonna be in our prime all the time. You gonna get to a certain age and you just gonna boop. That's when you stop aging at. You know? Imagine that. Our women gonna always be beautiful. Ain't never gonna get old and wrinkly. Ain't never gonna have a saggy titty. Ain't never gonna have no dents in their body, no triangle booties, which I call the fat bitches. All our women gonna have round tires like the moon. All that got taken from our women. Alright? Every woman you see is gonna be of an Israelite, that's an Israelite, is gonna be drop dead gorgeous. Being ugly is a part of the curse in Isaiah the 3rd chapter. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not saying, say instead of beauty, a stinging or something like that, you know? So being beautiful, you know, our women gonna be beautiful. They're gonna get their hair back. They're gonna get their crown back. You're gonna see a lot of long, silky froze and curly Puerto Rican looking hair. You know, you're gonna see a lot of beauty. All right, and imagine the colors that the nigga woman gonna have in their hair. Me personally, hey, look, ain't no law that say a woman can't color her hair.
Yeah.
So imagine the kingdom.
No law, no transgression.
No law, no transgression. Hey, look, I don't want to see my woman with some. I love burgundy. Burgundy is a nice color on a caramel complected woman. You know, certain colors. It was, you know, she may have a crown she want to wear and want to change her hair color to match her crown. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, we Israelites. She may have a streak of it in her fro or something, you know what I'm saying? Or however it go. Alright? beauty is a thing, like the scriptures talk about the lilies. You say Solomon wasn't arrayed as none of those. So that show you that even Solomon, he was about dressing and having a nice. He put colors together and everything. We Israelites, imagine the kingdom, but that's gonna come after all of this hell that's coming. Hey, look, let it come. Let all this bullshit come. You should have a mindset to want all this shit to happen, because if we don't go through this, we'll never get to those bodies and to this place that is milk and honey and all these beautiful things that Yahweh Shema Shai has promised us, man. We'll never get there. We had to go through this. Alright? And our people, we don't need, like, look, we ain't going to Kenya. We ain't going to China. You know, we ain't got to do none of that. You know, if we going to these places, we going because we taking a vacation or some shit like that. Or we going to see some historical evidence. You know, we got a brother here that goes to certain places and he looks at he goes to see the artifacts that we left behind, the castles and things like that. We ain't going there to fucking like in the movie Rambo. What happened? They captured that bitch. You know? They going, oh, we want to save them. He like, man, you better not be over here. It's terrible. We ain't got to do none of that, man, because we got the internet and we got the Spirit of the Lord, man. The Lord got this. He set this whole thing up to go this way now. All right, because the earth is fucked up, man. You know? So with that, that's it. Y'all got something?
No.
So with that, we hope it's edifying. We want to give all praise and honor and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rekakwadash.
double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And salutation, brothers, pushing this word with true sincerity, with charity. Shalom and above.
Ba, ba, ba.